We've all been there. You're sitting on the couch, looking at him, and you're trying to remember the last time you felt like a priority instead of an afterthought. You keep waiting for a big enough reason to leave, something like cheating or a massive blow-up. But sometimes the biggest reason to leave is the slow, quiet realization that you are losing yourself. Let's talk about why good enough isn't actually enough. We have to start with the banter. If your partner's primary way of communicating with you is through little digs, insults, or jokes at your expense, that's not a sense of humor, it's a defense mechanism. When you speak up and say, "Hey, that actually hurt my feelings," and he responds with, "You're too sensitive," or "It was just a joke," he is telling you that his right to mock you is more important than your right to be respected. In psychology, we call this contempt, and it is the #1 predictor of divorce. If you have to brace yourself before he speaks, it's time to go. Then there's the gaslighting. This is the ultimate tool for someone who refuses to be held accountable. You come to him with a fact, a feeling, or a memory, and by the end of the conversation, you're the one apologizing. He makes you question your own reality so that you'll stop trusting your gut. Because if you can't trust your gut, you'll never trust yourself enough to leave. This is the guy who uses the phrase, "That's just who I am," as a get-out-of-jail-free card. It sounds like a personality trait, but it's actually a refusal to grow. When he says, "That's just how I am," what he's really saying is, "I've decided that my comfort is more important than your happiness." It's a choice to stay stagnant. You aren't a human rehabilitation center for a man who has no interest in evolving. Are you his partner or are you his project manager? If you are the one tracking his doctor's appointments, teaching him how to apologize, and managing his emotions for him, you aren't in a relationship. You're doing unpaid labor. This is weaponized incompetence. If he can't do the basic work of being a partner, it's usually because he knows you'll eventually do it for him. Take a second and look at who you were 2 years ago. Are you louder now? Are you more ambitious? Or have you started trimming yourself to fit into the small space he's left for you? If you're making yourself smaller, quieting your successes, or dimming your light just to keep him from feeling insecure, you're suffocating. You shouldn't have to apologize for taking up space in your own life. Finally, the hardest one. Are you in love with the man sitting in front of you, or are you in love with the man he could be if he just tried harder? You're mourning his potential, not his reality. You're staying for a version of him that doesn't exist in the present. Leaving doesn't always mean there was a villain. Sometimes it just means you've outgrown the cage. You deserve to be with someone who meets you halfway, not someone you have to carry to the finish line. You're allowed to want more. You're allowed to leave. If this video felt like a sign, it probably was. I want you to do one thing for yourself today. Comment one word below that describes how you want to feel a month from now. Whether it's peace, free, or bold, type it out. Let's hold each other accountable to stop settling for fine and start reaching for full. I'll see you in the next one.